Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop right there. This channel is not intended for kids under the age of 13. So if you're under the age of 13, please leave.
Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Neca's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Muckman, and Joe Eyeball, and I love how Neca does their packaging. One, when it comes to some of these Ninja Turtle packages, it looks like a VHS tape. It looks like the episode Muck Everlasting in VHS form, and it is awesome. Both sides of the box is Nickelodeon, Neca, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Muck Everlasting, and it does say volume number 4 on the bottom. The back of the box is awesome because it's just full of imagery, and then we got the figure in 3 different shots. Muckman and Joe Eyeball having fun. We do have some read-up information. Here we have a close-up on the read-up information, so feel free to pause it if you want to read it. When it comes to Neca packaging, you know it's going to have a Velcro clasp right there. Got the image right there of Muckman and Joe Eyeball playing with some slime, and then you got the figure all windowed out so you can see what you're going to get with the figure. Muckman comes with a pair of hands, and one of them is a grip hand, the other one is a trigger finger hand. To go with that trigger finger hand, we do get a gun, and this technically, even though it comes with Muckman, is not Muckman's gun. This is the Rockalizer. This is General Trag's gun, and it's sculpted very, very well. Paintwork looks awesome. I mean, it's cool. You can equip it with them, but it's meant for General Trag. Muckman can't be Muckman without a little barrel of Compound X7. And mind you, this sticker right here is attached to the plastic wrap that wraps around this thing. So if you take the plastic off, be very gentle. Try to peel it off and try to place it back on here. The stickiness isn't sticking the greatest, but it'll do. And when you open this up, I mean, you know what's inside. It showed it inside on there. Ugh. We do get ourselves some nice slime, and it's very liquidy. Yeah, that's way too liquidy. And then you can sort of see the shine on my finger. Yeah, it's super like oily looking. So I would be very, very hesitant to put it on your finger. Put it on your figure or diorama. I'm not really going to mess with it. I was not expecting this type of sheen from playing with some slime. But still cool that we got it. You know, this will be good to put in the background. And it sucks that this sticker, I'm going to have to try to find a way to get it to stick a little bit better. Because why would you put a sticker that says what this stuff is onto the plastic wrap that you have to peel off to get to the slime? With being a mutated trash man, you're going to have a trash can, and as you can see, the paint looks pretty good. You can see a little bit of, I don't know what's going on, scuffing or something rubbed against that paint or something, but it's okay because it's a bent up trash can. The handles are nice and clean. We get a hook that actually hooks into the back of Muckman. Overall, it's a pretty clean looking trash can. It would have been cool if they sculpted in some like goop or something inside the trash can to make it a little bit dirty and mucky. Out of the box, Muckman comes with his mouth that has that like sheriff from Mr. Pickles vibe.
What's wrong? Is somebody in trouble?
Without his lips on, it just looks like Muckman sitting there going, oh. Here we got Muckman with his alternate mouth, and I definitely like this one a lot better than the one that he came equipped with. One of the best accessories that Muckman comes with is his little sidekick, Joe Eyeball, and they nailed this figure. I am really impressed with the detail, the sculpt work in Joe Eyeball. The paint we got the little markings and everything. Even inside his mouth is red. His teeth look great. Like, they nailed this figure, this little mini figure. It looks phenomenal. Got the two-tone animation paint like they do with all the other figures. Little spots, his weird little tail. Just a little mutant man right here, and it is great. His eyes are sort of fixated right on top of it. You can't move them. But his head is super articulated. So you get way... Oh, well, it's on a double peg, but you get tons of motion out of the head. So it's nice, loose, not overly tight, and it's awesome. And his arms are on hinges. They can hinge up, can move forward and back. They're a little bit tight when you're trying to do that at first. So that's the same with both arms. The tentacles and everything, they don't move. The legs don't move. So you get articulation in both arms and the neck, which is plenty for a little sidekick. Way more than we got from the original figure. Here we have an amazing up-close look at Muckman himself. And he's got the little pincher on his nose, dark rings around his eyes. He's got a little bug on his head. We even get a banana peel. And all of this is done really well. He's got, again, that two-tone paint job where it's lighter in the front, darker on the back. Lots of dark line work, making it look animated, nice and clean and lumpy. Just reminds me of like a buddy. He'd be like Toxic Avenger's cousin or something like that. But they did a really good job with this figure. I wasn't even going to get him because I was content with what I had. But it's Muckman, and as a kid I had the Playmates version, and I still do. I even have the newer Playmates version, like when the Nickelodeon took over and all that stuff. But like Muckman is just a gross, creepy character. And as a kid, I loved it. I mean, that's what we liked, a lot of those gross type of action figures. We got the flower painted. This thing looks like a mushroom or something. The apple is just gray. It would have been cool if they painted that. And then we got this piece. This is the biggest thing that bugs me. Actually, there's two things that bug me. One, it's just like, if that's his name badge or whatever the heck that is, it looks like poop. It's not like they could have just left it like this. I don't know what they were trying to do there. I don't like it. But this thing right here that bugs me also, because it looks like some sort of like piece to a car, but on the box it was a mirror. It was a purple mirror, and I don't know what they did. That looks like a giant screw. So I just don't get it at all. And I mean, looking at the articulation too, I mean, his head can like turn left and right, but it gets a little bit of restriction, like his beard or whatever hits. Looking up and down, you can look up quite a bit. Looking down again, that big jaw beard thing going on definitely hits it. His shoulders are on hinges. Bicep swivels are very tight. I mean, you can see I'm trying to turn it and it's rotating the arm because the arm does move back and forth. This is like a sort of a softer plastic. It's pliable and everything. You probably take it off. We do get wrist rotation, bend, and also we get double jointed elbows. Now, the nice thing about these elbows is out of the box, I noticed the joints had a little bit of shine on them. You can actually see it on there right there. It's almost like they put a little bit of oil. Keep the joints from sticking, which is really great idea. His little upper ab area, it doesn't really do much. You know, you can turn them like this. There's not really any crunching. It's a lackluster part of articulation, honestly. Can't really do much. Can't even like shift them too much. Like you can see a little bit. Nothing crazy. We do get the waist swivel. His legs can do the splits this far. Now, this leg was all right. You know, you can do the double jointed knees. Can kick them in the butt. And this leg is awesome too. They managed to do articulation, ankle bend, and there's pivot. But look at the detail. It's a sewer. I was going to say shoer. Sewer manhole cover. Looks like we got some like ketchup or toothpaste or something. It's got some small garbage cans or something, or a filter getting stuck in his leg. Then we get the other leg that's sort of coming out of a garbage can. We do get some container, and then his big old toes. A little bit of orange peeking through, which is a bummer. Or it's just orange paint, which could probably come off. But either way, I mean, he's not going to be perfect. He's Muckman. But again, sort of talking about the articulation when it comes to the legs, I have the lower part I got to move. This upper part is pretty much locked. So I'm going to have to heat him up, which, I mean, that's not something that we're not familiar with when it comes to Neca. But I got to give him props. So articulation out of the box was pretty solid. Like, it was a nice moving figure, except for that one joint. It's literally one joint. Everything else has been great. So my hat's off to Neca for, improving and finding ways to keep the joints from locking. On Muckman's back, we got a slot. That slot is to fit the hook like so. Sort of line it up and sort of wiggle it. Wiggle, you hear it squeak, and it'll sort of slunk into its spot. Now, I love the way this looks, but I am so worried that if you pose this guy up and he falls back, like I'm telling you, he falls back, that's going to snap. The plastic that is on this little garbage can, that little hook, that snaps, it's game over. I wish they would have done some sort of plug-in system, and that would have made things so much better. And you could sort of see some of the paint wear on the joint on his foot too. So it's like, it doesn't take away too much, but when you see it like that, I wish it would have done like a green plastic there. Neca did an amazing job with capturing Muckman's cartoon likeness. Yeah, I would have liked a little bit more paint and some fixes for that mirror and whatever that name badge thing. But again, they're basing it off of a cartoon, so it's like that cell shaded. It's like that thin line. Like I don't like it, but I understand why they did it, because they're being accurate to the cartoon itself. But I mean, this figure is phenomenal. I mean, Muckman, Joe Eyeball, they look great together. Reminds me of a kid when I first got that Playmates Muckman in hand, and I opened him up and he had little Joe Eyeball. It's awesome. Like, I am super pleased with how this figure turned out, how you can get him into some nice action poses with that giant like foot of his, so I can just have him like charging at you with Joe Eyeball on his back, telling him where to go or giving him some pointers. It's a solid figure. And it's a pretty big figure too. Will I be utilizing his slime on him? No. But I mean, I could always put the container next to him, maybe add some dry brushing, do something to this to make it more barrel-like. But I'm not using that weird liquid oily slime on any of my figures at all. Now, showing some retro love, I had to bust out a retro Raphael and some retro Ghostbusters. These aren't the re-sculpts that Hasbro re-released. These are actual vintage, and they look good together. It looks like you could definitely have this on a shelf and it would look pretty solid. Just for some more height comparisons, we got ourselves Mezco Vapor, Pizza Spidey, and the movie Venom, and you can see Muckman is a pretty chunky figure. Now, if you're into gross looking figures, Ninja Turtles, Toxic Avenger, Toxic Crusader, this figure is definitely for you. And even if you're not, you just want some cool looking weird figure to have on a shelf, this figure is definitely it. It is a awesome gross looking figure, and Neca nailed it. They've improved quite a bit from a lot of the other purchases I've purchased, and this one I don't regret, and I'm happy. It's awesome. It is a great, solid release from Neca, and that sums up my unboxing and review of Neca's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Muckman, and Joe Eyeball. If you like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. New to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I know it sounds stupid, but it'll mean the world to me. And also, I want you guys to check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. The link is down below. Check it out. There's a promo code for you guys to get free shipping on anything you purchase off that website. And check out the Facebook pre-order group, because the Facebook pre-order group keeps you in the know with collectibles, especially a lot of the imports that can easily fly by, like your SH Figuarts, Figma, Storm Collectibles. Definitely check them out. And I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.